Okay, you're welcome back to the class. We want to continue our work on the assembly drawing. Thus far, we have produced the assembled component, as we can see, uh, and also we have been able to generate the isometric view of the assembled drawing. We have also been able to generate the orthographic views with overall dimension on the assembly drawing. Now, what we have to do now is to produce the sectional views. I know under the working drawing, we look at the auxiliary view for one of the components, and that is where necessary. Now, in this case, the only where we will probably auxiliary view will be required is on this and this, which we have shown on the working drawing for this component, which is part one. So I don't need to do that here again. It's only where it is absolutely necessary that we produce the auxiliary view. So in this case now, I'm just going to leave that out. So I'm going to be going to the sectional view. So I'm going to create a new sheet under this and then go to my sectional view. So first thing we do is to produce our base view, and so we'll be producing the plan. So what we need actually now is the plan. Okay, so the plan, all we need is a plan. So I am going to, okay, all right, so that will be our plan. Okay, the knot is up, right, yeah, that's it. So let me reposition these very well. Okay, uh, okay, right, so we can increase this. So uh let me increase the scale. That's 1.5 ratio 1. Okay, now to produce a sectional view, we are going to be sectioning along this part, and we can also section along this part like we do in the case of the that component. So let's see. We'll go, so section, so the view to section is this, and I want to section along this part. Okay, I will go. So I'm just going to click continue, and then we have this. Okay, so you can see that this shows us all the four components. This is one, this is two, this is three, and then here is four in a way. Now, based on the principle of sectioning, you do not section a shaft. So this stud is taken as a shaft and it's not to be sectioned. You also do not section a screw because it's also a screw. You have a screw end there. So you don't also section the knot. So I'm going to remove the sectioning from this. So you can right click on this and then you hide. So you see that this place is nothing on this again. Think likewise, that should go for this. You do not section and not, if I'm not mistaken, but let me leave that for now. Then remember when we are looking at the working drawing, especially for this component, I said this is a web and it should be shown. So I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to click on this to see if we can produce the hidden details for that. So let's see if we can put the hidden details for that. Okay, so this shows us the hidden details for this, so that this should not be sectioned. Okay, but I don't really need this one here. So what do I do? I don't need this one actually here. So maybe we just remove the hidden details for this view. Okay, so let's just remove the hidden details. So that's all. Okay. So this is actually how you produce the sectional view in Inventor. Okay, so let's section along this part likewise. So we'll go this way, section again. This is the view to section, and then we are here. We are here. Okay, so we come here, and then we continue. So here we go. Okay, so again, this is not to be sectioned. So let's right click on it and then we hide. So those we see here, section AA is produced on this. The section BB is produced on this. So that is how sectioning is being carried out on the onto the event. Please confirm from your note. I don't think you should section the screw. So I didn't say I sectioned up. But let me hide this. But check very well. I'm not sure you have to section your screw. Uh, I guess surely small. I can pick that. Quite small, very small to pick. But confirm for whether you need to section uh, your screw or your nut rather. I doubt you don't need to section your nut. So again, we are going to go to annotate and then insert text. So here I'm going to put here sectional view. So this is the sectional view of the assembly drawing. Then here is my scale. I believe we use 1.5 ratio 1. And then I put my first angle projection here. Okay, so let me reposition this. So that will be all on sectioning of the assembled components. So please go through this and also produce your own and section it. So look the part that's not to be sectioned, then you hide the sectional view. So this is what is actually required of us when any question is given for us to assemble. Now I'm going to take a recap of this again. Now on assembly, there's what we have called the working drawing. That is the part we generated all these parts initially, part 1, part 2, part 3, and then part 4. Now, for all these parts, you have to produce what is called a working drawing. The working drawing shows us the isometric view, shows us the orthographic view, fully dimensioned, the auxiliary view where necessary, and also the sectional view where necessary for each of the parts. That is essential. As you have done that for each of the parts, you do likewise for each. I mean, you do likewise for the assembled drawing. You produce the orthographic, the isometric view. You produce the orthographic view with overall dimension. Produce the sectional view, and also produce the auxiliary view where necessary. Only where necessary. So this is all that is required from you to do for all the drawings you are going to. I mean, the individual parts and also the assembled parts for the uh, for the work. Okay. Again, I said once you are done, you are to produce the PDF file of these components. So I mean of each of this drawing. So just come to file, come to export, and export to PDF. So once you do that, I think once you do that for this, it should generate for sheet 1, 2, 3. That means you are going to have page 1, 2, 3 on this. So you have to do that for each of the parts on their drawing, for each of the working drawing, and also for the 3D model too. Do likewise, file, export, and PDF. This is actually supposed to serve as an alternative should in case your drawings could not be opened in any way. So the PDF file could serve as alternative, not really the what is required, but as an alternative for us to be able to grade you for any drawing that could not be opened. So this brings us to the end of assembly drawing and the working drawing. Thank you for listening. Please do generate your own and draw all this by yourself. Thank you.